Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. After 2 months of completely disappearing from the face of earth, from social media and YouTube, I'm back here again with a new makeup tutorial which is very sparkly and out there and how it should be, for the New Year's Eve. If I would attend a party, I wouldn't mind looking like this, quite honestly. Anyway, before we jump into the tutorial, I just want to say a few things, like sorry that I've been away for 2 months. It has been a long time, I know, but obviously I needed the break because I'm tired. That's the reason why, and I just can't find a balance between family and work and my hobby, YouTube. I just feel a bit unbalanced right now, and I don't want to be having this pressure on myself that I have to film because if not, whatever. But I will have to find a balance and a bit of time for YouTube because, as I've said, I'm not going to give up, and don't worry, I'm going to be here for you, but with small, breaks now and again. So about the look, I love the color combination. I love the colors separately, but I love them together as well. They just, I don't know, it's something about the color combination that calls or pulls me in, and the glitter, of course. And now let's start with the look. I'm gonna show you how I did this look. Just stay tuned. I'm first starting by moisturizing my lips with a tint from Dr. Lip. This is a 100% natural moisturizing color tint. It's quite sticky in a way, but very, very moisturizing. And at the end of my tutorial, my lips are going to be nice and plump. Now I'm going to do my eyes and the base afterwards. So I'm priming my eyelids. I am using the Prep and Prime primer from MAC, and then also from MAC I'm taking this palette, which is quite neutral, and I'm taking a matte neutral sort of medium brown eyeshadow, and I'm just applying this all over my lid as a base color. On top of it, I'm going to put other eyeshadows, darker eyeshadows, sparkly eyeshadows. So this one is not going to be visible in the end, it's just the base. The brush I'm using for applying this eyeshadow is rounded, and it's a blending brush. It's not very big, but on the fluffy side, so this spreads the eyeshadow quite nicely on the mobile lid mainly, but I'm also blending it upwards, so the rest of the eyeshadow, what's left on the brush, also goes outside the eye socket, but just the rest, the main amount, remains on the mobile lid. On the inner part of the mobile lid, I did take another eyeshadow from the palette, which is like a coppery rusty sort of shimmery eyeshadow. Nothing very special about it. It's a nice color. I don't have a lot to say about it. And then I took another palette, which is the Be Perfect Cosmetics, the Carnival palette, in collaboration with Stacey Marie, makeup artist. And I took that eyeshadow I showed you. I just love the formula of all those eyeshadows. I'm so pleased with it. So long lasting and very, very pigmented. And I'm applying this lightly with a light hand. As you can see, I took a very, very small rounded brush, and I'm first pressing it down on the outside corner, where the eyeshadow should be the darkest, on the mobile lid, and I'm pushing it, I'm pressing it into that corner, and then from there I'm working my way out and up and inwards, of course, as well, because I am going into the mobile lid a bit, but not very much. And afterwards, when I don't have much left, I am flicking, so to say, outwards and upwards the brush, because I want to create a wing, but a very, very blended, blown out wing. I don't want any harsh lines, especially around the edges. So now I'm just building the intensity, because you can't get this intensity from the get-go, and you shouldn't, because the idea is to build this look up to apply layer by layer, and that will ensure that your eye look is going to stay put the whole time, whatever you're gonna do. Layering the eyeshadows, layering the makeup products is always the best way to apply them. And speaking of intensity, I'm just taking the first matte black I had at hand. This is from Stargazer, and I'm applying this very concentrated, the same way actually as I did with the brown, you know, the same placement, but very concentrated. I want the brown to be visible in the end, not just black. So this will be more concentrated on the outer corner, mobile lid, and just a bit going outside with it. When I don't have much on the brush, I'm just flicking it, just, you know, as I did with the brown, but mainly I'm concentrating this on the outside of the mobile lid. So I'm pressing the eyeshadow into that spot and very lightly then, you know, around the edges, so that I create that smoke. So this is how it's looking right now. You know, I have that sort of cat eye-ish look going on. I'm cleaning underneath the eyes, but I'm not creating a very crisp line underneath the flick. I'm leaving it smoky, on the smoky side. I really do like how it looks. And I'm taking from the Carnival palette as well another eyeshadow which is so sparkly and beautiful. This is Hustle. It's like a golden brown, but very, very sparkly. The more you apply, the more sparkly it gets, you know. You can apply with the finger, and then you have the sun on your lids. Where Hustle meets the black, I am just, you know, flicking the brush on that area. I'm using a lot of this word because it's how I do it, you know. It's the technique I'm using. I am holding the brush very up high, and so I don't have much pressure onto it when I am you know, going over that area, because I want to create that nice transition. I want those two eyeshadows to marry into each other, you know, to merge into each other quite nicely. So now I'm moving on. I'm using mascara, which is from Essence. This is waterproof. It's one of the newest, and the formula, I actually do like it. I don't know about the wand of it. I feel like I get clumpy lashes when using it. Well, we'll see. I will have to use it again. And then I'm moving on to the base. I did use from Catrice a face base, which is matte, and then I'm putting on top a foundation which is from NARS. It's the well-known foundation. It's called Sheer Glow, and this is in the shade Punjab or medium 1, whatever. This is a nice foundation. I bought it in Italy in summer when I was the last time there, and I can't believe how beautiful, how you know, thin this feels on the skin. It feels like nothing, and yeah, it stays put a long-ish time. I mean, long enough, quite a few hours, and I'm happy with that. I can't believe I bought this foundation so late in the game, you know, because everyone and their mamas were talking about it at the time when they came out with it, but well, not me. I'm gonna buy them 10 years later. Right, so moving on to concealer, I'm using the Fit Me concealer from Maybelline in the shade 10, which is, you know, the perfect shade for me, and also the consistency. It's very thin, it's covering enough. I mean, if you have more to cover than I do, then you definitely need a thicker concealer. You maybe need something underneath, you know, as a base, but for me this is enough, and I use it every day with great results. This year, or I should say last year, 2020, I've used this concealer constantly. It has been my go-to concealer for every day. Now I'm setting my base with a loose powder from Huda Beauty. It's a very good product. I did buy it in Italy as well, along with the foundation. I am very pleased with it and happy that I bought it, because it's very finely milled and it melts into the skin. And I'm just dusting a light layer all over my base, and on the forehead I do put a bit more than I put on the rest of my face, because it gets oily quite quickly. But that's it. And by that I mean I don't bake my base, you know that. Moving on to the bronzer and blusher. This is a duo product from Kiko, and the colors are perfect for my skin tone. I'm using first the bronzer, and I'm starting where the top of my ear or the top of the cheekbone starts, going downwards, following the hollow of the cheeks, you know, right underneath and on top of the cheekbone. And I'm going downwards because I want to create the illusion that my face is more, you know, elongated. Meanwhile, I took Sculpt, which is a sculpting powder. This has another color than the bronzer. This is the difference between a bronzer and a sculpting powder. This only is to be used underneath the cheekbones because this creates shadow. This is like a grayish brown, and a bronzer is always on the warmer side. It's not grayish, it's not cool toned, it's just, you know, warm. And the sculpting powder or cream, whatever, is always on the cool side. With the bronzer, you give the sun-kissed illusion to your face, and with the sculpting powder or cream, you just want to create shadow to push back a few areas that you don't want to be brought forward, you know. I can talk more about the subject if you want me to do like a dedicated video on this, you know, for me to explain more. If you want to understand more about sculpting and placement of those products. Anyway, in the meantime, I did apply the blusher as I usually do, and now I moved on to the brows. I'm showing you how I do fill them in nowadays. I don't go for blocky brows, I never did, and nowadays I do like the laminated look of a brow, so I'm only using a brow mascara, which is from L'Oreal. This is the smaller version. I do like it more. The color is exactly the same one, but the wand is a lot smaller, so easier to use basically. So I'm just pushing it and going through the brow hairs quite a few times until I'm happy with the filling in and with the aspect of my brow, basically. Taking once again this eyeshadow from MAC, I'm using it underneath, just on the outer half of my lower lashes, and sort of going into the flick of the upper look. But I don't apply too much of it. I'm not going too much downwards with it because I planned something else. Yeah, eyeliner. Quite a few months ago, I did want to create a hollow eyeliner. I never did, I don't know, I never went for this type of look, but I feel like for this occasion, yeah, it goes well. So I'm doing like the upper line, the normal line, so to say, and then I'm tracing also underneath, going sort of into the lower lash line, and I'm stopping about where my pupil is, you know, when looking straight ahead. I'm going to bring now the look to the next level, which means using glitter, of course. And I'm using actually liquid glitter, which is from Stila, and we all know how good they are. This is called Into the Blue, a beautiful eyeshadow, yeah, glitter. But I did use it quite a few months back for a Instagram post, and I loved it. The look never made it on my channel, you know, filmed on my channel as a video. So I thought, why not using it again, because it's beautiful, I love it, and it definitely makes this whole look different. Now I'm using the same mascara from Essence on the bottom lashes. It's waterproof, as I've said, and it's not moving and it's not going anywhere. I love it. For the lower lashes, not so much on the top lashes. As I've said, I do have the feeling that my lashes look a bit clumpy. Then I'm using those false lashes from Catrice. They are really nice because they are more thick on the outside corner and not so much on the inside corner. You can see still the eye look, and that's why I like them. And then on the tear dot area, I am placing another very glittery product from Stila. This is in Diamond Dust. And then I'm taking from MAC a lip liner, which is in Will, a very beautiful sort of neutral shade for my lips. And this lip liner suffered a accident. I forgot it outside in the rain. the fact that it still works just as good after all that is just a statement for the quality of it. I love it. So after doing that, I'm taking 2 liquid lipsticks and applying them on top. One is from L'Oreal, which you all know. I love the formula of it so much. This is in Explore. I Explore. And then only on the middle of my lips, I'm putting another liquid lipstick, as I've said, from Stila, the Stay All Day liquid lipstick in Sonata. I'm reading this from the label. Yeah, anyway, this is the, oh yeah, and the highlighter, of course. I forgot to apply the highlighter, and I'm doing it now. This is the Laura Geller in Gilded Honey highlighter. Love it, love it, love it. And this is the look. Hope you like it, guys. I hope that you did like my videos in general this year, and thank you so much for being here, for your support, for your likes, for your feedbacks and everything. Just thank you. I love you guys so much. And also about this year, I normally do like a small review about how it was, what I did, how I felt. It's just that I don't even know what to say. Anyway, just take care, be smart, and you know, it will be fine. Everything will be fine.